Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today, Dana?
Welcome home.
I'm back, and I'm more tired than usual.
It's like I feel like you're going to finish the sentence or what? Why is it so loud in my ear?
I don't know. They might be turned up.
Jeez, oh, man.
The funny thing is we kind of just got in trouble because Bill was at his friend's house, and then...
No, Parker was.
Bill was at his friend's house. Parker was at his friend's house, and I sent Bill to go get him because we had to podcast. And he's like, you haven't podcasted?
No,
he's back with Parker.
On the couch.
No, we got our eyebrows done.
We did get our eyebrows waxed.
It's very fancy here. Mm-hmm. So Dana has this friend. She's my friend too now, I guess, who comes to her house and cuts everybody's hair. So she's the whole Geraci household's hair cutter and Parker's. And she also apparently waxes too.
Well, she doesn't normally bring wax because she doesn't like to drive in her car. But I begged her and I told her I would even feed her family dinner if she brought her wax here. Because like one time it dumped in the car. So she said never again. But she came. But she has waxed so many eyebrows since she got here that I'm not sure there's any wax left to spill out anyways. So I think it's fine.
Wax on, wax off.
Oh, yeah. It's volunteer work. But anyways, that's...
Whoops.
Yeah. This is like when I talked about the tattoo guy and he was like, yeah, don't talk about me.
He said that?
Well, he was like, I think he was like, don't say where it is or something because like people get funny about it. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. We're very spoiled here and people come and take care of us.
Well, you used to get your nails done here
I did used to get my nails done here and I don't anymore. But that was just
Hi, Kayla. We love you.
Yes. But I used to trade her. So
Listen,
that wasn't...
We're Patterson Fruit Farm employees. We can't afford to get our nails
Patterson
done.
Fruit Farm does not pay enough for us to be able to get regularly scheduled manicures. All right. Anyways.
When we move our studio into the barn, do you think that the guys are going to be sad? They actually might listen to the podcast because they won't be here listening live.
I do think so. And Tom's like, well, are we still going to have dinner? And I'm like, yeah.
No.
I mean, we can still eat dinner together.
We'll do dinner.
I mean, that's fine with us. But like.
You guys figure out your own food.
Oh, I will do dinner.
Yeah, we'll do dinner. They can figure out their own food.
I like that. That works. But yeah, he was really funny. He was like, well, are we still going to eat dinner? I'm like, well, I'm sure we'll still have dinner with them like on a regular basis.
You can eat dinner in the barn.
I'm all right. I do not see how people, and maybe you're going to prove me wrong, but in my head, this doesn't sound like a great scenario.
What? Podcasting upstairs in the barn?
Anything upstairs in the barn.
It's going to be so nice. We got some chairs.
But I feel like it's not going to smell.
I don't think so. Chickens are the smelliest.
I'm pretty sure those pigs don't hurt in the smelling department.
The pigs, they smelled today.
Yeah.
They were a mess today.
Don't you think that the barn is going to smell?
Well, we have an exhaust fan. I don't know. I don't really feel like the barn
I'm telling you,
smell,
listen, I will give it a week.
I'm nose blind.
I will test this out, but you are nose blind to it, and I will test this out. But if it smells, no.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to sit in the smelly barn.
Olivia's showing me her sign that she made for the farm.
Oh, it is so cute.
She made a new drink sign.
It's really
Thank
adorable.
you, Olivia. Speaking of things smelling and shows, so we were at the All-American Junior Sheep Show this week. So I left Wednesday, got back very late night Sunday. So there were like over, I don't know, thousands of sheep, 30 states, 632 exhibitors. Everywhere you looked, there were sheep, which there's so many beautiful breeds of sheep. So it was really fun. Oh, I got something new. I won in a silent auction. So black-nosed valet sheep, the ones where you see them on like cards and like they're almost too perfect or like memes. They have the little black nose and face and they have white curly hair.
Yes,
and
I actually do know what you're talking about.
So they're really perfecting the breed. But anyway, someone donated the fleece from them and turned it into a rug.
Oh, and you won it?
I paid for it. But Jen, my friend, got the black and white one, which was bigger and more expensive. And I got the white one.
So what are you going to do with it?
Well, I'm not going to use it as a rug because that'd be crazy.
Right.
So I think I'm going to put it in my office in the barn on the back of my chair.
Okay.
It's beautiful. The only problem is it's so long. I bet the fleece, I don't know, is at least 6 inches. It might be 8 inches long and it sheds a little. So it looks like you have long white hair places.
Interesting.
But it's so pretty. And I feel like I got a steal on it, like price wise.
I'm just curious to see how this barn is going to pan out. I think
Chickens are the dustiest. Well, I mean, it is a barn.
Right.
But
That's my
it's going to be a
point.
beautiful place to podcast. There might even be like a little ba or an oink in the background.
We'll see. Right. But I'm good. I don't want the smell.
This is the end of the podcast. I'll start my own podcast.
This is how it ends. The farm lady is taking over.
I'm taking the roadcaster and I'm leaving.
That's fine.
And the microphones.
If it's in the smelly barn, I might be okay with that.
So we get there. So we drove 6 hours and 15 minutes. It was a very simple drive. We took 9 sheep. We took Grampy. And we get there and you find your pens and then you unload. And they have like hay and straw waiting there. So we don't have to haul that there. Oh, that was a situation too. All of a sudden, Campbell's like, Mom, Grampy's hurt. And I'm like, what? And I look down and Grampy is barely standing and he's got 2 men around him. He got run over by a scooter.
This is
like a kid on a metal scooter, no motor.
Funny.
So this barn is 2 stories and they have a huge, long incline ramp. And this little boy's parents had told him not to scooter down the ramp. Well, he did. And he turned the corner and he literally plowed over my dad as soon as we got there.
This is why kids need to listen to their parents better.
And so he fell on my dad, but the little boy still got all of his shins like beat up. And my dad's knee is like all swollen and his elbows were bleeding and all the things. And the boy's crying. I think my dad wanted to cry.
How old was this little boy?
Like probably 8.
This is why kids need to listen to their
And
parents.
so that was the start. So then my dad had a swollen knee and then he was really the talk of the whole sheep show because everyone was talking about how a grandpa got run over by a scooter.
That's like an old
There's even a
Christmas
song. They made a song, Parker and our friend Scott created a song. Actually, I don't know. I think I maybe should try to play it. I sent it to Bill. It is so funny. Okay, let's see if it'll play.
Grampy got run over by a scooter, walking home from sheep on 4th of July.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Sing his fireworks, but at the All-American, that's a lie.
That was Parker and our friend Scott. So then the little boy's like terrified. So first of all, he's in trouble and his parents were really nice. And, you know, they made him apologize, but he's scared of my dad at this point. But my dad could have hit his head. It could have been so much worse. But he just can't walk real well. So then we're like, he needs a scooter to get around.
Yeah.
And so then the next day, like my dad went to talk to him and the little boy did not want to talk to him. So then they became friends. And it was all great. But let me tell you, by Sunday, he was doing it again. Because he was like scooting down the ramp.
He did not learn his lesson. I'm telling you, these kids need to listen better. Speaking of that, tell them what happened
So this just happened.
to not listening. Well,
Yeah, so that happened. And then my dad also got a fraud alert that somebody had stolen his credit card, which he lost his wallet, but it wasn't because of that. Someone had like frauded his credit card and made purchases on his credit card. So they called about that. And then the phone rang and my sister said to my mom, like panicking, I guess really freaking out, Olive had injured her teeth. And there was blood and my mom needed to get there ASAP. So it turns out Archie had been climbing up on their entertainment system and jumping down onto like this soft play material. What's it called?
It's like a couch that's like blocks, but
Yeah,
it's
they sell them
soft.
at Costco and we bought it for him. And he was jumping from there on to the soft fabric. And she said, Archie, don't do it. You're going to hurt yourself or someone. And it's the 4th of July weekend. We did it again. And then the 3rd time he jumped and he landed on Olive and Olive face planted into their wood floor. She unfortunately broke off a tooth. All of her bottom teeth are loose. She's 3. So she had to make an emergency trip to our dentist, which they came in. They were just fantastic. And then they ended up sending them on to Children's because she had to kind of go under a little bit to get the broken root out, which is still kind of in there. But anyways, Archie was not listening. He was not being
So
good.
I'm saying these little kids that are not listening, like big.
So
there's
what's
a reason.
What's his punishment? Like his
What is it?
repercussion?
What was it?
I don't know. Probably nothing. This is why kids don't listen.
No, I know.
So, but the scooter was just all the talk. So then Campbell had gone back into the barn and the family was talking about it. And they're like, talking about things of the day, and they're like, well, our son ran over some 70-year-old grandpa on his scooter, and everyone's like talking about it and laughing. I'm like, Campbell, did you tell him it was your grandpa?
Right.
And she's like, no, because I didn't want to make him feel bad. But then later on, our friend was like, you didn't say that it was your dad that got run over by a scooter. So he was pretty beat up, and he's on a blood thinner, and so his elbow kept
That
reopening.
actually could like really be serious.
The whole thing could have been bad. I mean, his knee, they were icing. We didn't have ice. He was icing his injury with a bag of peas and corn from the camper.
You use what you have.
Then he
You're
also
very
told me,
resourceful.
Kim told me that he could not sleep because we had too many flies in our camper and they kept disturbing his sleep, that he was going to have to sleep in the truck.
There is a fly issue right now.
Well, we had a fly issue because we could not put out our bump out all the way because of the motorhome beside us.
Oh, you
First of
didn't
all,
have the room to do it?
no. This motorhome had 3 bump outs, and it was one man. What did one man need 3 bump outs for?
Wow.
And one of them,
Must
bad
be a
design.
really nice motorhome.
It was a really nice motorhome. The one on our side, it was in front of his door. So he had his out and ours was out. So he couldn't get to his door if we would have put ours all the way out. That's why we couldn't do it. So we think the flies were coming in from there.
Oh, maybe.
Because it wasn't sealed
It wasn't
off.
sealed when it opens all the way.
So there's a big horse show there. Fancy, fancy horses. They have their horses hauled in. So he drives his motorhome and his horse meets him there. His trainer, sets it up for him.
Must
We're
be
like,
nice.
woo, fancy, fancy.
Yeah. This is not my life.
So we spent the 4th of July at a sheep show. Dana spent it at our bougie friend's house.
We were at our friends have a beautiful, just absolutely beautiful home, beautiful pool, and they're so generous to invite everyone over and really good food. And we just hung out like all afternoon and evening. And it was one of those parties like even all the adults were in the pool, which is just always fun.
Did Bill go swimming?
No, he did not.
We'll say.
He came. Well, he came a little late though. Also, like Tom and I got there with the kids a little earlier, but at the time that we got there, like all the adults were in the pool, and it was just great. Like everybody was just hanging out. It was very, very fun. We had, I don't know, Tom and I had like one of those weeks where every single night we did something. And it was like kind of exhausting. Like it was a little much. Like I'm very much this week. We don't have anything the rest of the week. And I'm really grateful. Like we podcasted on Monday. Tuesday, we went to the same friend invited us to their country club to go see fireworks there. So we brought the kids.
Listen, I invited you to my new barn and you didn't seem as excited
smells.
about it.
It's going to smell.
People at the country club stink too.
Okay. And they have like dogs for pets. They don't have pigs. And then Wednesday we went downtown to Ohio City and we went to Great Lakes Brewing Company. And it was fun. We did like a trivia night there. And so that was fun. And then we walked to Pins. I don't know what it's called. I think it's just called Pins.
Pins Mechanical.
It's mechanical bowling. Yeah. And it was super fun. If you've never done it, it's super fun. It's like adult skee ball. And then we went to Town Hall, which by that point I could have easily just gone home. I didn't need to go there. So it was just a late night. And then the next night, I was so excited we didn't have anything. And then our friend Carrie called and was like, hey, it's the start of the holiday weekend. Like, let's hang out. And I kind of made a joke. I was like, well, I have Bill tonight. Like Tom and I are divorced and Bill is the child. And I had him for dinner. I said, Kristin's out of town. I've got Bill tonight. And so they all came over for dinner and we hung out. And then the next day was the 4th. And then we had friends over Saturday night and Sunday night. And now we're back to Monday. And it's just been a really, really long week. So
I don't think anybody feels sorry for you.
no,
for
it's
all
been
your
a fun week. Like
socialization.
really, really fun. Like super fun. No complaints. Other than it's just, I need a break. Like a lot of entertaining. So, and we're leaving for vacation next week. So that will be fun. And all the things, just a lot of chaos going on, but all good. So that's literally like all I have going on.
I think this is a very good comparison of how we're totally mismatched.
We are very mismatched. Like I would not ever be able to discuss the sheep show that I was at.
It actually is a great show. It's so fun. It's not just showing sheep. It's kind of like there's essays and there's videos and there's logos and there's a ton of different things and wool. And it's just fun to be around people that have very similar interests. I have a couple really good mom friends that are there and the kids have their friends. And it's just kind of this gigantic community. I guess it's a good like comparison of like the county fair. like when I was a kid, like living in that world. It's like a couple days and you're just like, everybody's camping, everybody's there. So it's really, I enjoy sheep. So it's really fun to see like all the different breeds of sheep and all the things. And there were so many fireworks. I think it was like 360 degrees of fireworks all around us.
That's pretty neat.
It was
though.
wild.
That's pretty
Lots
neat.
of fireworks. We were in Illinois. And my dad went to the laundromat while we were there twice. So we joked and said that he had a girlfriend at the laundromat.
Yeah, what was he going there
He kept
for?
going back. Well, the first time he went because my mom doesn't like him to wash the sheep blankets in her washing machine. So no. The first one, we had a sheep that got diarrhea. Sometimes that happens like with stress and moving and heat. And it was, oh my
Same
gosh,
girl,
was
same.
it high? Oh, high. It was hot. Like the temperature, the humidity, it was something. And so he went there to wash that blanket. He's like, I'll just wash all of them. Then he went back when we took all the blankets off after the show because he didn't want my mom to have to wash them, which was very nice.
Very kind of him.
But he went there and he was there a long time. And laundromats, expensive.
For sure.
I have not been to a laundromat. I don't know, actually. I mean, I have washed clothes at a laundromat in college. I don't know the last time I was at a laundromat. He said it was
Right.
$24.
I wouldn't even know. I do know I've never been to a laundromat in my life.
Really? Now that surprises me a
I've
bit.
never been.
$24 to wash all of the sheep blankets.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
So we all gave him a rough time that he had a girlfriend. And he's like, do you know that the homeless from Springfield live in front of the bank? Apparently there's homeless living in front of the bank.
Okay.
Very
Interesting.
bizarre. So,
Interesting. I'm trying to think what else. Like, we didn't really do much else this weekend. We swam a lot in our pool, which was really, really nice because I have
yeah,
not.
you're nice and tan.
Well, I just haven't, I never get to really enjoy it as much as the kids do. So that was kind of fun. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else. I did discover that I thought Twisted Teas were gluten-free and I drink them all week long. We were kind of joking. My friends were over yesterday and we were kind of joking that we've been on this bender. Cause it's when it's a holiday weekend, you're just, hanging out with
Sounds
people.
like you had every day all week.
Yeah, so it was every night we had a couple drinks. And I kept drinking these Twisted Teas, and I could not figure out why I've not been feeling well. So bloated that I was driving in the car the other day, and I had to unbutton my jean. Actually, it's the jean shorts I'm wearing right now, and I had to unbutton them while I was driving. I was so miserable, and I could not figure out why. And I then discovered that I did not know this. Twisted Teas are not gluten free. And I have assumed that they were. Oh my God, I just looked over and poor thing she's probably so tired. She's now cutting Parker's hair.
She's cutting Parker's hair. Cut it tight on the sides, yeah. And he
But
stinks.
this poor thing thought she was done for the day.
And then she gets Parker's hair. So Parker went to his friend's house today. And his friend happens to be a girl, and it's his little girlfriend. And we worked this morning before we left my parents. So we got in about 12:45. We hit terrible, terrible weather coming through Indiana, coming home. I mean, driving, hazards on, 30 miles per hour, just crazy. With a truck and trailer, big truck and trailer. It was awful. And the roads in Indiana are terrible. Terrible. 70 in Indiana, our infrastructure, I mean, that road was so terrible, rough. Coming through there. So it took us a long time to get home. So we came home today and we worked at my parents, and then he got dropped off at her house. And we're like, Parker, did you bring another shirt? And he said, no. So, and I had all the clothes and I was in the big trailer. And so I wasn't about to pull over.
Now,
and
that's the
exchange.
difference between a boy and a girl. Because
So he
a
didn't
girl
care.
would have been like, I'm not going.
Well, and he'd been holding this little baby bunny the whole ride because we had a little doe that had one baby, one very fat pig that was at my dad's, and he was holding it on the car ride because we didn't want her to get smashed. We were calling her. We don't even know if it is. This baby bunny is so cute. So if you live in the area, you should come see the bunnies at Patterson Fruit Farm because they're at their optimal cuteness right now. So cute.
I guess it was a week ago. So when I brought the twins over there, and they were so cute. So
they're even cuter now. This is the time that they're the cutest. So you got to stop on by and visit the little bunnies at the fruit farm.
I love it. So sweet.
Well, friends, it's been another exhilarating episode of the Mismatched podcast. Until next time, friends, we're mismatched.